Well, welcome back, everyone. A hometown favorite music festival is coming back to the capital city. Fall Jam at the Ballpark is an annual performance at Segra Park to benefit the Big Red Barn Retreat. Fall Jam has become one of the most patriotic events in the Midlands, and it honors our community's veterans, active duty service members, first responders, and their families. Tickets officially go on sale today. They've already gone on sale. Joining us live with all the details right now, the representative of the Big Red Barn, Sutton Shaw, also a Blythewood neighbor of mine, and the Fall Jam performer and U.S. Army and Navy veteran Brooks Herring. So good to have both of you back in the studio. I've been interviewing you guys about this activity, this event, many years now. This is what year now?
This is the sixth year.
6 years already.
Yes.
And it has grown so much. Tickets go on sale today. The concert's in October. Why is it you want to get the word out to our viewers today?
Well, tickets went on sale this morning at 10 a.m. And so we know a lot of people start to make their fall plans. We start looking at the football schedule. We start looking at the fair. And so we strategically placed the date of this right smack in the middle of October, where there's no football game, it's a bye week, and the fair hasn't started.
Before we talk about the money going to Big Red Barn and what you guys do there, because we've been covering Big Red Barn for years, but Brooks, you're going to be part of the concert, right? Tell us about your role in it.
I'm going to be opening for Chris Jansen. I'm super excited about it. I've seen him perform live, and he's an incredible performer, and one of my favorite artists to cover myself. I've been performing at Fall Jam since year 2. Was it 1? 2?
No, year one.
Year one. She's given me the opportunity to sing the national anthem and open for some of the other acts that we've had for the event. So got a long history with it, and as an alumnus of the Warrior Path program at the Big Red Barn, it just means a lot to me to be a part of it.
You have been part of the Big Red Barn. You are military. You served in the Navy for 6 years and the Army for 2 years. You're a University of South Carolina graduate, and you know the pressures and the toll that serving in the military can take. And you have opened up the Big Red Barn to reach out to the military, to first responders and their family. If someone is new to the idea of the Big Red Barn, how would you explain it to them? Because it's so multifaceted.
Well, I kind of look at it in 3 parts. We have what I call Warrior Path. That's our flagship program, and that is a training program, and it's based off the science of post-traumatic growth. Post-traumatic growth. And so the post-traumatic growth is basically positive change that can come as a result of trauma or struggle. And then we have our ongoing day retreats that we do with first responders that are, again, based off post-traumatic growth called Struggle Well. And then we have services that we provide at the Red Barn that help those individuals that have gone through the program continue to walk their path to post-traumatic growth. So we have services, programs, and training. And all of it is designed to change the narrative for people that are struggling. We all struggle, veterans are civilians alike. It's part of life. So it isn't that we're not trying to put off struggle, but we see it as a gateway to a more authentic life. And so understanding how to struggle well can help you have more purpose, deeper relationships, a sense of inner strength, be open to new possibilities. And so this is a training program that achieves that.
And it is a nonprofit, and that's why it's so important to support things like this concert, so the money can go to the Big Red Barn to offer these programs. You went through it. What is something that changed in your life, that's something you were dealing with before, that you were able to get help with and change as a result of being at the Big Red Barn?
Well, I'm no different than any other human being. My traumas, everything we go through in life is gonna shape who we are as a person. That's universal. That's for everyone. At the end of the day, we ultimately get to decide how those experiences shape us. But as a child or as an adolescent, none of us are trained to receive trauma, to adjust to trauma, to look back on trauma, to use that in a positive way. Unless, of course, both of your parents were therapists, which in and of itself could probably be a little traumatic. But we come into adulthood, we've already been shaped in many different ways by trauma, and this program really helped me create a new outlook on trauma and experiences that I've had, both both in the military and long before I ever enlisted, just taking those experiences from my life and using them in a positive way to continue to shape, or maybe in some ways reshape myself as a person.
What is one of the activities at the Big Red Barn that you enjoyed the most? Because there's so many different ones. There are the horses, there's the yoga, there's the meditation, there's, what, art class? I think.
yeah.
There's everything.
What is one that kind of stands out to you where you thought, I really enjoyed that?
I would say the most enjoyable for me, and I mean this is probably a no-brainer, but the songwriting was so. She has professional songwriters come in and write with the class about their experiences, kind of bringing all of our experiences into one song and one expression. And as a musician, that really spoke to me. That was one of the most enjoyable, probably one of the most effective, I think, is the Labyrinth, because I still relive that labyrinth in my head from time to time, just walking that path, just in that silence, holding those burdens and just thinking of, what I can do to not only release them, but to use them to better myself as a person.
I think you just wrote a song. I mean, the way you're talking about the labyrinth and releasing them. Wait, is this like words, lyrics from your song or something?
I'm writing every week, so
I
it
think
may
there's
not go
a
that
song
way.
there. Sutton, when we started talking about the Big Red Barn years ago and that you were developing this, and it's off 321 in the Blythewood area, I think then a lot of people thought, oh, it's going to be a place veterans can go and have meetings.
Right.
It has developed into so much more than that.
Right. Well, when we started, right, the idea and the concept was let's provide a place of peace for those that are struggling to come in and just, find a place of their own. But what happened over time was just that very thing where we started to look at trauma and say, what's out there for them isn't necessarily working, and that they're looking for something more. If we know one thing about military and first responders, they train like they fight and they fight like they train. When do we ever spend the time to train to be the best father we want to be, the best mother, the best sister, brother? And so that's how we position this. It isn't therapy, it isn't treatment, but it is training. And so when they do leave, and I call it the bubble, the 7-day bubble, right? For 7 days, all Brooks had to worry about was himself. But when you leave, now you've got this training, and as life comes out, you've got to lean into the training. And so that's what this program does. It's not a fire and forget. After they leave, after the 7-day initiation, we stay in contact with them for 90 days. They have to watch videos that reinforce the learning. But additionally, at any moment, they can lean back in and reach out to this, come back out to the Red Barn, whatever they need, reach out to the guides. It helps support them. And so that is the difference to me that was big, is this, I want to see veterans thriving, not just existing, not just transitioning, but thriving, because our community needs that.
There is such a difference between surviving and thriving, and I think you have seen, Brooks, that you can do that. Let's give you the information on the screen here. The Fall Jam at the Ballpark will be coming up Saturday, October 7th, but now is the time to get your tickets. It will be headlined by Chris Jansen. Of course, Brooks will be there and performing as well. You can get tickets at the Big Red Barn retreat.org. And the cost for the tickets, Sutton?
$40 for general admission if you want to stand on the field in front of Chris Jansen and be right down where the action is. That's $25. There's a military discount as well. Additionally, if organizations want to bring out a group of people, there's luxury suites. Those go pretty fast, concourse suites. And then there's, of course, club tickets. Some people like to be able to walk in and out of the air conditioning, although it's October, but there's club seats that are kind of up near the luxury suite level.
And what's the cost for a veteran like Brooks to be part of the Big Red Barn?
Zero.
Exactly, right. So this is why the concert's so important.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks to both of you. Thank you
so
for your
much.
service to our country. Thanks for what you do
Thank
at the
you.
Big Red Barn.